Pokemon Emerald. It's the Pokemon game I spent the most time on when I was younger, but when looking back to play it again, let's just say I was going to need a challenge to make the game hard. So I wanted to try beating Pokemon Emerald without taking damage. Would it even be possible? Let's find out. If you do enjoy, liking and subscribing really helps out. So I start the game and walk over to the professor's bag. For this run, one of my rules is that I was going to save here, then I would only save for every gym badge I collect. I chose this rule as this challenge was meant to encourage finding a consistent strategy. So now I pick my starter, I choose Mudkip as it has the highest attack of all the starters, and begin the first fight against the wild Zigzagoon. This fight is fairly easy, I just have to reset until Zigzagoon uses 1 or 2 growls, then KO with Tackle on Mudkip. After talking to the professor, I go through routes 101 and 103, to start a problematic fight against May. May was an extremely inconsistent fight. I needed to see, bearing any critical hits, Rico had to use 3 to 4 Leers in a row, and then I had to land 3 to 4 tackles in order to win. Unfortunately, I fail on my first couple of attempts, but then I have a stroke of genius. If I picked Torchic, then leveled it up, it could learn Ember to consistently KO Wild Wurmple in Route 101. But there was just one problem. I thought Torchic got Ember at level 7, but in actuality, it got it at level 10. Grinding to this high of a level would be too inconsistent, so I had to scrap the idea and now begin my arduous journey through endless resets until I beat May. I genuinely didn't think this would be that bad, but after a few hundred resets, it became clear just how tough this was going to be. During this, I began doubting my starter choice and tried the other two as an experiment. But this didn't change the result. I always lost, even when victory was so close. But finally, after 595 resets, this happened. But even with this fight complete, we wasn't safe yet. My Mudkip had fairly low speed, and that would mean that trying to find Ralts and Seedot to grind on in the route we just unlocked would be inconsistent. As if we encountered any Pokemon faster than us, we could not have a guaranteed chance to flee. So now I run in the grass hoping to not find any level 4 Zigzagoons, as they were particularly fast. Fortunately, I find a Ralts. Its only move is Growl, so I can beat it without taking damage and level up. But I'm still not safe yet. I needed 12 speed or 2 more levels to have a 100% chance to flee from every wild Pokemon here. Eventually, I grind to level 9 and now I'm safe from all wild Pokemon. But now I have to consider the trainers. The first required trainer has a level 5 Poochyena, and in order to one-shot this, my Mudkip would have to level up to level 16 to then evolve. Now, I attempt to grind to level 16, but on my way I find a certain shiny surprise. A shiny Ralts, a Pokemon that I'm fortunate enough to catch. Then Mudkip evolves and learns Mudshot. I can't really use this move as it does not have perfect accuracy, but it's at least more useful than Growl. With my new Marshtomp, I drown the trainers in Route 102, reach Petalburg, watch Wally capture a Pokemon, and progress to Petalburg Woods. Now I calculate that in order to one-shot Roxanne's Nosepass, I would need to level up all the way to level 33 so I could one-shot it with Water Gun. I begin to grind for an hour until I reach a high enough level that I will reach level 33 by fighting all the trainers on my way. Next, I easily beat an Aqua Grunt, escape Petalburg Woods. With a single Pokemon in my team, I can skip this double battle and enter Rosborough's gym. Marshtomp now floods the gym with Water Gun, allowing me to both defeat Roxanne and obtain my first gym badge, allowing me to save. This save point allows me to take some risks, so I head to Route 116 to catch a Taillow and try to catch an Incado. I fail, so I have to reload my save. Eventually, I get fortunate enough that I catch both an Incado and a Taillow. After this, I use Water Gun on some Geodudes, carefully avoid this trainer, and enter Rust Turf Tunnel. Marshtomp effortlessly beats the Aqua Grunt with Water Gun and we rescue Pika. Due to our kindly act, we are rudely rewarded with a Pokénav, an item that will exclusively waste our time. We now take the boat to Dewford Town and explore the depths of Granite Cave. After delivering a letter to Stephen, we take a detour back to Rosborough to inform the Devon president that we have delivered the letter to Stephen. He rewards us with an EXP share that I immediately give to Nincada and begin grinding in Granite Cave until it evolves. If Nincada evolves with an empty slot in the party, you gain a second Pokemon, Shedinja. Shedinja's ability, Wonder Guard, makes it immune to all attacks that are not super effective. In case you can't tell, this is extremely useful for a no damage run. Our new Shedinja is completely immune to all of Brawly's attacks, and we spam Fury Cutter that eventually results in us winning and obtaining our second gym badge and another save point. With the second badge down, I pick up a silk scarf from a man in a house, as I figure I'll need it for later. Then I take a ride on the boat to Route 109 and collect a soft sand from this girl. Now I arrive at Slate Sport, storm into the museum, and slap some mud on some of the Team Aqua's Carvanas. After finishing off Team Aqua, I journeyed to Route 110. I used Shedinja to clear up some of the trainers, but there was one trainer that would be a slight complication. Mei. Mei had a Grovyle that knew Quick Attack. This would mean that only Shedinja would be able to safely engage in combat with Grovyle. But Grovyle also had Pursuit and could damage Shedinja through Wonder Guard. In addition to this, Shedinja had very weak moves, with its most powerful being Scratch. So I had to take a detour and grind up until Shedinja could both outspeed, and at level 38 it learned Shadow Ball. Now, Shedinja was able to one-shot Wingull with Shadow Ball, then outspeed Grovyle, ending it with a Shadow Ball, and finishes off Mei with one final Shadow Ball. With Mei defeated, we move on to Mauville. We now acquire a Mac Bike and decimate all the trainers on Cycling Road. Then we head back to Mauville and head west to the daycare to drop off both Swampert and Shedinja. Every step we now take will make both of our Pokemon gain a single point of EXP. So I bike up and down Slate Sport until they're sufficiently leveled and take on the Electric Gym. After beating the only required trainer, we prepare to take on Watson. Watson was fairly simple. Shadow Ball the Voltorb, and now I'm completely immune to all of his attacks with Wonder Guard. This allows me to finish off the remainder of his team with Shadow Ball, gaining us our third badge, and now we save. Now I teach Swampert Rock Smash, and smash rocks to head north towards Fall Arbor. I skip most of the trainers on my way, and the ones I do fight are simple. Just use Shadow Ball and Shedinja. Upon arriving at Fall Arbor, I wander south to Meteor Falls. Some Team Aqua Grunts chase Team Magma to Mount Chimney, and we follow suit. After taking the cable car, I Shadow Ball down a few grunts, and then challenge Maxi. I use Earthquake on Mightyena, Shadow Ball on Zubat, and teach Maxi who the real ancient Earth God is with one final Earthquake. Now we make our way down Jagged Pass, catch a Machop for some HMs, a safe capture with Shedinja, and arrive at Lava Ridge Town. Now I immediately challenge the gym. I forgot how to navigate the gym and fight some easy double battles that end with Earthquake. Then it was time to take on the fourth gym leader, Flannery. Swampert now begins to collapse the whole gym with 4 Earthquakes on each of Flannery's Pokemon, earning me my 4th badge and another save point. From here, we head back to Petalburg to take on the normal gym leader Norman. This fight was super simple, just click Earthquake 4 times to one-shot his whole team and receive the 5th badge and another opportunity to save. The 5th badge allows us to use Surf, so we now venture down to Route 108 to find the abandoned ship. We explore the ship and eventually come across the Ice Beam TM that I will need for later. Now I deactivate the generator in New Mauville to obtain a Thunderbolt TM from Watson. Next, I prepare for the next gym. In the gym, there was a forced double battle featuring a trainer with a Swellow that knew Quick Attack. In order to safely fight this trainer, Mytelo needed to evolve and level up to level 56. And gain a few attack EVs from Proteins and Poochienas to be strong enough that it could consistently one-shot with the boost from Silk Scarf with its own Quick Attack. To grind Swellow up, I plot them in the daycare and bike around the area. While doing this, I also level Swampert and Shedinja to around level 77. With my preparations complete, I journey to Route 119. The trainers here are all on Noteworthy, and it's smooth sailing until I come across the Weather Institution. Team Aqua was up to their misdeeds, so I teach them a lesson. With Surfs and Earthquakes, I annihilate the Grunts and take on Shelly. This fight was a joke. I just used Earthquake on Carvanha and Surf on Mightyena for the win. Mei stopped us on our way to Fort Tree, but with our over-leveled Shedinja, we swiftly defeat her by using Shadow Balls over and over. I wanted to take on the gym, but something invisible was blocking the path. So I take a detour to Route 120 to talk to Steven. He gives us the Devon Scope, and now we take on the gym and begin a double battle. With Swellow, I one-shot the opposing Swellow with Quick Attack, then Ice Beam to take down the Doduo. We finish the fight with Wing Attack on Sartu and Ice Beam on Pelipper. Winona was one more easy fight. I Ice Beam her first 3 Pokemon, then Surf the Skarmory and end the battle with one final Ice Beam. With our 6th badge in hand, we save our game and head towards Route 121. Oh, and on my way I find a shiny Oddish that I get fortunate enough to catch. Now we enter Mount Pyre, climb to the top, beat up some defenseless Grunts and pick up the Magma Emblem. Then we attempt to fly to Lava Ridge to take the cable car and unearth Team Magma's hideout. We now flood the entire Magma base with Swampert. This angered Maxi, so he sent out Mightyena. I drown Mightyena with Surf, then Ice Beam down the Crobat and end the battle with another Surf. After this, I catch a Magikarp, as I figure it will be useful for HMs. Next, I charge into the Team Aqua base, steal the Master Ball, and confront Team Aqua admin Max. He sent out Mightyena. It falls to a Surf. His second Pokemon, Golbat, faints to Ice Beam, and this clears up the path to exit Lilycove from the sea, so we voyage to Moss Deep. The gym was simple, just use Earthquake and Shadow Ball to overcome the trainers. Now we combat Tate and Liza. I use Shadow Ball on Xatu, then Soul Rock comes out, but with Swampert Surf, I eliminate both Claydol and Soul Rock. Tate and Liza's final Pokemon, Lunatone, was overcome with a Shadow Ball and we secure our 7th badge. Team Magma was causing trouble at the Space Center, so I went in there to teach them a lesson. The grunts were child's play, but the double battle against Maxie and Tabitha was causing me some problems. For this fight, Steven was practically useless, as he doesn't outspeed and deals very low damage, so I had to finish off both of the opposing Pokemon with Surf. The problem with this is it was a double battle, so the power of Surf was significantly reduced, and I couldn't consistently one-shot Crobat even if I leveled to level 100. On my first try, I almost finish off Golbat, but I forget to equip a Mystic Water to boost the power of my water moves by 10%, so it survives and lands a bite on Metang, causing me to reset. Fortunately, I saved just after the gym, and on my second try, I trounce both Maxie and Tabitha with Surf, and proceed to take on Team Aqua. After some simple puzzles, and some skippable grunts, we now challenge Archie. Archie was fairly straightforward, surf the Mightyena and Crobat, then Earthquake on Sharpedo to end the battle. Now the world is ending, so I head to Sootopolis and get told that I, the 10-year-old child, need to head to Skypillar to awaken Rayquaza to save the world. After Rayquaza does something, we talk to Maxie and Archie and now we can enter the 8th gym. Since I complete the gym puzzle on my first try, I only have to fight the gym leader, Juan. None of Juan's Pokemon can damage Shedinja, so by spamming Shadow Ball, I've beat the 8th gym damageless. Now it's time to complete my final preparations for the Elite Four and Champion. So I make my way to Skypillar, climb the tower. After reaching the top, I use the Master Ball I picked up earlier to capture Rayquaza. Next I go back to the daycare to redraw my 2 shinies with Rolt and Oddish. They hadn't gained enough EXP to be used, so unfortunately I could only leave them in my party. I teach Rayquaza Thunderbolt, and with my preparation complete, I venture to Victory Road. Now we are rudely interrupted by Wally. With 2 Ice Beams and 3 Earthquakes, we crush Wally's whole team. From here, Victory Road is a complete joke, and we storm through it with ease and reach the Pokemon League. Our first fight was against Sydney. He led with a Mightyena. We one-shot it with an Earthquake. Cacturne comes out next, but an Ice Beam is more than enough to finish it off. With a second Ice Beam, Shiftry faints. Sydney now sends out Crawdon, and I send in Rayquaza to KO with Thunderbolt. One final Earthquake finishes off Sydney, and the first of the Elite Four was down. Against Phoebe, we have to execute an extremely difficult strategy of using Shadow Ball 5 times in a row to win the battle. Glacier is an equally challenging fight. Just Earthquake 5 times for the win. Break was fairly simple. Outrage the Shelgon, Ice Beam on Altaria, another Outrage for Kingdra, Ice Beam for Flygon, and one final Outrage to conquer the Elite Four. With the Elite Four down, we challenge Wallace for the final fight of the run. Wailord was easy to take down thanks to Earthquake, and every Lace was more than enough to take down Ludicolo. Then I Earthquake down both Tentacruel and Whiscash. With a Thunderbolt, Gyarados is a free win, and with one final Earthquake, Wallace is defeated. And we have successfully beat Pokemon Emerald without taking damage. If you enjoyed this run, be sure to like and subscribe, and if there's a game you want to see me do a no damage run of, let me know in the comments below.